Hi, my name is Raymond, Antrobus. Welcome to Ray Recommends. I'm here with Chill Pill co-creator. He's just come off tour with Russell Brand. It's Mr. G. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? You right?
I'm not bad.
As long as we're not delving into bad, then that's Michael Jackson territory. So we'll just stick to not bad, and we'll just carry on with this. Right?
G, you've had quite a year in poetry so far.
365 days. Quite a year.
Well, all right. You've had a bloody 25 years in this game.
Yeah. Me and Ice Cube got together and said, let's start a new style of rap.
So 2015 has been quite an interesting year, I think, for poetry in general. In Chill Pill, you're the person who brought to the table the idea of the headline poem, where we have to respond to a headline. The idea to keep poetry topical and relevant to people. What do you think the role is of poetry in 2015?
I think the role of the poet is always going to be to look at the world and trying to express it through his or her own filter. I think the beauty of the headline poem that we do at Chill Pill, it validates that whole phrase of here's something that I've just wrote. I should go to loads of nights and people go, here's something that I just wrote, and then they're writing about Tony Blair, like, oh really, just wrote that, right? Yeah. Whereas this was a case where you've got the headline and you've just written the poem and it just captures the moment. And I think that's a beautiful thing for poetry, when it captures the moment.
So what is the role of the poet? Should people be listening to poets rather than journalists now?
I've said this phrase before. If you want to find out the facts and figures of something, then look to history. If you want to find out the emotions of how people feel, look to art. If you want to find out what's happening, A plus B equals C, then read the news and try and decipher what truth you can from it that a journalist is giving you. With a poet is not obliged to give you the complete unbiased truth, right? A poet is literally looking at a set of circumstances and you're just expressing that. And I think that that's what makes poetry a beautiful thing.
I've seen you on tour with Russell Brand, and I find it really interesting how you bring poetry into that space. Do you think there's any tension between comedy and poetry?
The tension is with me. No, because I'm not a natural comedian. To me, a natural comedian is someone that has this deep inner desire to make people laugh. Right? I don't have that, man. I don't have that, right? So my poems aren't funny. They're not punchline. So what I tend to find that I do is that, I'll go up there and I'll do a little bit of, my best attempt at stand-up, and then I'm going to hit you with a poem, right? And it's almost like you're playing this bartering game with the audience. Because let's be honest, an audience is coming to the show, they're coming to hear comedy. They want jokes. They want to be laughing. They want to just go away with a smile on their face, And they're very different. They have a different tone to a regular poetry audience who are very thinking and open to the idea of their emotions being stretched into uncomfortable places. Comedy audience don't want that. So what I find is okay, I'm going to try and let you guys know that I can crack a few jokes here and there, and then I'm going to hit you with a poem and just maybe take you slightly out of your comfort zone, but then I'll bring you back to the state of mind which you want to be in. Because at the end of the day, my job's to entertain you.
Now, before I get down, I just need to clarify one particular point. I am not a comedian, right? I am a poet. So what this essentially means is that my joke rate is going to be very low, but my metaphor rate is going to be very high. So hopefully over the course of the whole event, man, we're going to just work things out, man, right?
So G, what you got coming up next?
Coming up next, well, I've got a strange little event called Christmas that is occurring. I don't know if it's going to catch on. No, I'm not a Christmas fan, Seriously, I'm the proper Grinch. I'm the archetypal Grinch, But what I really am looking forward to is the Chill Pill Christmas special, right? We're doing a show at the Albany, December the 17th. It's going to be an amazing show. There's going to be loads of balloons. There's going to be loads of partying. I'm going to be on the decks playing loads of tunes. Some of these guys here are going to be doing little dumb poems. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you want to have amazing entertainment, right, you come down to the Albany on December the 17th. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, G.
Great to see you.
Down.
Exactly.
Ray recommends.